Professor Brandon, you said brain stem is very important for us to arousal. So I have a question about how is the sleep and wake cycle to help us to understand consciousness.
Mm. So consciousness is actually just a reflection of whether we are aware of ourselves. That's the first level of cognition is not present. And typically when we're asleep, we are not aware of ourselves. We may be if we are meta-cognizing about our dreams, but most people actually don't do that. They can't recall their dreams or don't report being aware of their dreams while they're dreaming. So we assume that people who are sleeping are unconscious. The unconscious state is a psychological state. It means that we don't have any access to the first level of awareness, to the first level of cognition, first person level of cognition, that subjective mental awareness. Now, we can induce unconsciousness through pharmacological methods such as anesthesia, sleeping medication, and so on, that can dampen the arousal of the reticular activating system and put us into a sleep state where we also lose consciousness. The difference between consciousness and sleep is that we can lapse into consciousness during sleep. So the biological state of sleep will not always produce 100% unconsciousness or lack of consciousness. Sometimes while asleep we can lapse into consciousness, whereby we wake briefly and then perhaps go back to sleep. So consciousness and wakefulness are two different concepts. One is psychological and the other is biological.
So our consciousness in sleeping is changeable.
Being unconscious while asleep is something that does vary. So it can either be present or not be present. But if we assume that the cycle of waking involves different levels of consciousness, which it probably does, then our ability to become conscious is probably not binary, one or the other, but a graded effect.
Okay, thank you.